Picture this. You walk outside on a random day in October and notice the air was especially crisp, the leaves on the trees were more vibrant, and the chill in the wind hits your chest a bit deeper as you're reminded of what's coming. Drunk off the summer, that sobering air brings you back to reality. We all have different things and feelings we associate with fall, but why does it feel different? Fall is a time of new beginnings, as growing up, fall is when the new school year would start. It's a feeling of hope mixed with excitement. The air feels like a cold plunge after the sauna of summer, and for a lot of people, it signifies a time to hunker down and get to work, whether you're in school, working on a project, or going to the gym for the winter bulk. This has always been my favorite time of the year. Apple picking, pumpkin picking, binging horror movies, and of course, Halloween. This time of year has always felt especially important, and today I want to talk about why so many people love fall and Halloween, and maybe provide an explanation why with some history. Samhain is a Gaelic festival that marks the end of the harvest season on November 1st. It signifies the transition into winter, the cold and dark half of the year. People in Great Britain and Ireland over 1,000 years ago would welcome the spirits of their passed-on ancestors back into their homes, setting a place at the table for them. They would dress up in costumes and ward off the evil spirits. The end of the warmth and the harvest, and the beginning of the winter. There were most likely sacrifices, offerings, and worship of pagan gods. It was a celebration and preparation, with death and the dark at the forefront. Some of these traditions evolved over the years and were brought over to North America during the mass immigration of the Irish, and along with some other non-Irish traditions, may have evolved into the modern-day Halloween we see today. Celtic immigrants also brought over their tradition of carving turnips to ward away spirits. This eventually turned into the pumpkin carving we know today that's done around Halloween. Trick-or-treating most likely evolved from guising. With the veil between the living and the dead at its thinnest, in Scotland and Ireland, people would dress up in costumes to blend in with the evil spirits. They would go around to people's homes and ask for treats for protection. They'd leave out offerings on their doorstep, hoping the spirits might leave them be. All of these things have a history, and it's important as to why this time of year feels different. Maybe these old traditions carry something in them, a certain feeling or idea we can't explain, but maybe we can sense it when we carve our pumpkins, or our kids can feel it when they go trick-or-treating. I really love the traditions of Halloween, and learning about the history of them just enhances them. Now, imagine you're in Ireland or Great Britain over 1,000 years ago. Once that cold air hits, you know you'd be faced with your mortality head-on in the coming months, where you may not have enough food or warmth to survive. Maybe a festival like Samhain could have came about as a sort of cathartic release of this energy, accepting death as a natural part of life, and offering communion with the spirits of the next world. I think this is why it's evolved into what we see today, the so-called spooky season. We indulge in horror movies, scary stories, death, and everything we usually try to avoid in our day-to-day lives. It's a time to let a bit of the macabre and the unknown into your life for a little while. The Celtic people over 1,000 years ago obviously harnessed this feeling and realized the significance of fall, and these festivals and traditions were born. Maybe instead of setting the table for our dead loved ones to offer them a meal, we get together and watch a scary movie, or carve pumpkins, or share stories about our departed loved ones. These ancient traditions that our ancestors did for thousands of years leave remnants within us. I suspect if the modern Halloween didn't exist, there would be some form of important holiday or celebration at this time of year. It just feels right. This video obviously explores the history and traditions of Ireland and Great Britain, but there are so many other cultural practices and traditions from all over the world around fall, like Mexico's Day of the Dead. Maybe if you guys are interested, I can make a video discussing the history and modern versions of these holidays. Let me know in the comments if you guys love this time of year as much as I do. And maybe give me your favorite Halloween tradition. Thanks for watching.